You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. How can we find our anchor in a world when emotions may feel like chaotic waves? Explore 7 Stoic principles that hold the secret to managing your emotions and weathering life's storms. Before we begin, please like the video to help me propagate Stoicism. I recommend subscribing and acting on the bell to avoid missing a video. Understanding your control is Lesson 1. Have you experienced a storm? Life storms. Unexpected events, disappointments, or abrupt changes are not the kind with rain and thunder. The dichotomy of control is a concept taught by Stoic thinkers from ancient Greece and Rome that feels like an anchor in these storms. Imagine preparing an outdoor event and it rains despite your best efforts. No matter how much you would like to, you cannot control the weather anymore. Your reaction to rain? Totally up to you. You may complain, become frustrated, or adapt, move the event indoors, or accept the rain as a change. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and ascended to become one of the most famous philosophers of his time, put it simply: some things are in our control and others not. This simplicity hides a tremendous wisdom with the power to transform our lives. Every day, we are faced with a variety of situations, some of which we can control, like our daily routines, books we read, or company, but many of which are outside of our control, including world events, other people's actions, the passage of time, and yes, the weather. The Stoics thought that our well-being depends on how we perceive and respond to external events, not on them. We feel emotions because of our judgment of the event. Consider a time when you faced a setback. Maybe you did not receive your dream job. At the time, it felt like a disaster, but with time, you may have recognized it was a blessing in disguise, leading you to a greater opportunity or personal progress. How can we put this into practice, though? If the answer is yes, act. If the answer is no, it is an opportunity to practice adaptation and acceptance. We may avoid unnecessary suffering by understanding and internalizing this idea. Knowing that we cannot control the winds but we can change our sails allows us to navigate life with a sense of calm. The dichotomy of control is a beacon of clarity in a world that frequently feels chaotic. It tells us to focus our energy where it matters and to find peace in knowing that certain things are beyond of our control. Second lesson: think before reacting. The art of reflection might seem like a relic of the past in today's digital world, where immediacy is often celebrated. This act of pausing and thinking can save us in a fast-paced world. Consider the innumerable times we are faced with decisions, large and small, from eating out to picking a professional path. Wide range of options. Our approach to these decisions matters more than their size. A frequent situation is reading a message that sets you off. Perhaps a coworker or acquaintance is doubting your work. A protective or angry gut reaction may occur. What if you stepped back from that emotional whirlpool? Giving oneself a short distance allows your emotions to breathe and be understood. This act of reflection is not about passive acceptance or avoidance. It is about active involvement with our thoughts and feelings. Why did this statement hurt me so much? Is the question that has to be asked. What ideas or experiences shape my emotions? Is my instant reaction based on the present or past? Reflection before reaction is a path that builds empathy. By giving ourselves time, we may evaluate other people's opinions. Perhaps that coworker had a tough day, or that pal did not realize their remarks' impact. By reflecting, we understand ourselves and people around us. This may be a fundamental relationship practice. If we took the time to reflect before reacting, how many misconceptions might we avoid? How many bridges could be built instead of burned? We find clarity, compassion, and connection in these introspective moments. In professional environments, pausing and thinking is crucial. Leaders who reflect before making decisions are respected and effective. They are kind and knowledgeable. Their decisions are born from reflection and stand the test of time. In a world that frequently feels like it is moving at breakneck pace, reflection becomes a type of rebellion, a quiet yet powerful message that we will not be swept away. A commitment to ourselves, our well-being, and our worldly connections. In essence, to understand before reacting is a philosophy, a way of life that values depth over breadth, understanding over impulse, and meaningful connections over brief interactions. It is an interior journey that shapes our responses and lives. Practice dispassion. In a world that frequently feels like an emotional roller coaster, dispassion may appear out of place. Let us explore what it genuinely means and the power it carries to transform. Dispassion is about maintaining a balanced perspective, a calm in the tempest. Imagine being able to watch events, situations, and your own emotions without being overwhelmed. Last time you saw a fascinating film, moments of anxiety, excitement, and maybe even despair. You enjoyed the plot, but you realized it was a movie. You saw, felt, and stayed in your seat without helping the hero or the sobbing character. This is the essence of practicing dispassion, being intimately connected with life, feeling its myriad emotions, and knowing when to remain seated in the theater of your mind, observing without becoming lost in the play. Today's information deluge makes this approach life-saving. Every day, we get news updates and notifications. Always reacting enthusiastically to every piece of information would tire us. The buffer of dispassion allows for sustainable, balanced engagement with the world. Dispassion also matters in partnerships. We have all been in situations when discussions grow heated and conflicts emerge. Dispassion may make or break a conversation in such a moment. It enables us to understand disputes with grace and understanding, to respond rather than react, and to listen more effectively. Starting with self-awareness, cultivate dispassion. A space between stimuli and response is created by regularly checking in with ourselves, recognizing our emotional triggers, and understanding our patterns. That space lets us choose our reactions and act with intention rather than instinct. Dispassion may sound like a separation from life's joys and pleasures, yet it really improves them. We may truly enjoy the journey and enjoy each moment without worrying about loss or change if we are not unduly connected to the outcomes. Finding balance in a changing world is what practicing dispassion is all about. It is a compass to inner serenity, leading us with grace through the ups and downs of life. We enrich our own lives and convey a sense of clarity and calm to those around us by adopting this practice. Lesson 4. Will this matter in 5 years? Life's moments test patience, perseverance, and perspective. From spilled coffee to family arguments, our days are full of emotions. A missed deadline, a harsh comment, or a forgotten anniversary might feel like the end of the world in the midst of the moment. It is easy to be swept up in the immediacy of our sentiments. But one question with great power may shift our perspective and offer clarity. Will this matter in 5 years? This simple yet deep question transports us to the future, allowing us to look back at the present moment. We now see that heated disagreement or squandered opportunity differently. The majority of the things we worry about every day will be footnotes in our lives. Think back 5 years to your challenges and concerns. How many hold up to this day? New experiences, learnings, and memories have overtaken how many? Realizing this may humble and free you. Regularly asking this question helps prioritize our problems. It helps us identify short-term setbacks from long-term effects. A difficult day at work may feel overwhelming today, but it is just one day in a decades-long career. This perspective boosts resilience. Recalling the larger picture helps alleviate anxiety and encourage problem-solving when faced with adversity. Instead than dwelling on the issue, we may strategize, adapt, and move on, knowing that time provides clarity and answers. Not only does this question minimize our worries, it helps us focus on what matters. We must invest in relationships, personal growth, and experiences that stand the test of time if we want our actions and decisions to have enduring relevance. A life of purpose, perspective, and calm is guided by will this matter in 5 years? In a world that prioritizes the now, we can negotiate life's ups and downs with grace by returning to this question on a frequent basis. This will ensure that our energy and focus remain on what matters most. 5. Keep a Stoic journal. Journaling has been celebrated across cultures and eras as a tool for introspection, growth, and clarity in addition to recording events. This practice was common among Stoics, who valued self-awareness and improvement. Stoic journals are spaces for reflection, self-dialogue, and analysis of emotions, decisions, and reactions. Events are judged against personal values and beliefs here, where the exterior world meets the interior. End your day by recalling what happened and how you responded. Why did a statement bother you? What caused that humdrum task-related joy? We begin to understand our mind is patterns by analyzing our day. We begin to understand our mood triggers, values, and daily routines. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, kept a notebook called Meditations. It was not designed for publication. It was a personal discourse, a space for him to guide himself, remind himself of Stoic ideals, and negotiate life's challenges with wisdom. His writings show a man struggling with his obligations, emotions, and place in the universe. Stoic journals are not only for emperors. In our current lives of distraught actions and constant information, introspection is increasingly more important. Grounding daily check-in gives clarity in turmoil. The practice can lead to deep insights over time. Certain situations may repeatedly upset you, leading you to address them or change your perspective. You may find that habits like gratitude or mindfulness improve your mood. Emerging patterns can guide personal improvement. Beyond insights, Stoic journals promote accountability. We hold ourselves accountable for our decisions and reaction by committing to daily reflection. Repeated blunders and judgment errors become difficult to ignore. They encourage us to learn, adapt, and grow. In essence, maintaining a Stoic notebook is like having a knowledgeable, non-judgmental buddy at your side who is always ready to listen, guide, and reflect. It is a commitment to personal progress, to better understanding oneself, and to living one's ideals and principles. Sixth lesson: look for opportunities in obstacles. From personal losses to global upheavals, the world is replete with challenges. The human experience includes obstacles. What if we perceive these challenges as opportunities instead than burdens? Stoics have a profound perspective on adversity. They thought that while we cannot always control events, we can control our perception and response. This shift in perspective converts challenges into learning. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every struggle may help us grow if we choose to consider it as an opportunity. A river could come upon a boulder on its path. Instead of pausing, the water finds a way around it by eroding the path over the boulder or building a new path. The boulder, an impediment, changes the river's path. Similar to this, challenges in our lives can change our pathways, frequently leading to unexpected outcomes. A job loss, while upsetting, may lead to a new professional path, upskilling, or opportunity to start a business. A broken relationship may lead to self-discovery and deeper, more meaningful relationships in the future. This Stoic perspective builds resilience. We become more adaptive and eager to tackle adversity head-on when we start viewing challenges as opportunities. We begin by asking, what can I learn from this? How can this experience shape me for the better? Instead of, why is this happening to me? It is not like we should seek out challenges or ignore real problems. It is about recognizing that behind every obstacle is a seed of opportunity. We may transform obstacles into stepping stones leading us towards progress, wisdom, and fulfillment if we nurture this seed with a positive perspective, patience, and tenacity. Practice gratitude. In the wide fabric of human emotions, gratitude stands out as a golden thread, weaving moments of joy, fulfillment, and emotions into our lives. While gratitude might occur spontaneously, the Stoics believed in the purposeful making of gratitude, making it a daily routine to anchor oneself in the present and appreciate life's benefits. More than merely expressing thanks, gratitude is a genuine appreciation of the many factors, moments, and people that enrich our lives. It is about recognizing beauty in the everyday, lessons in challenges, and the transience of every experience, making it more valuable. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, once stated, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This encompasses the essence of gratitude, being deeply anchored in the present and cherishing every moment, experience, and contact. We frequently take for granted simple pleasures like the warmth of the sun on a chilly day, the sound of laughing, a dinner with loved ones, even our breath. We amplify the beauty and significance of these moments in our lives by pausing to recognize and enjoy them. Practicing gratitude also counteracts the propensity to focus on what is missing, unmet needs, or future uncertainty. By turning our focus to what we have rather than what we lack, we foster contentment, minimize jealousy and anger, and improve well-being. One may question how to develop this practice. It might be as simple as starting or closing the day by noting 3 things for which you are grateful. Over time, this practice may transform your mindset, making you more grateful for life's benefits and resilient to challenges.